Happy Tuesday and welcome back to Centonomy Career Lounge. My name is Sophia Amoroso and I am so excited to be back. Steve, our videographer who's behind the camera, gave us a sabbatical, and trust me guys, it was time to refresh, and I can't wait to continue engaging with you guys. And what better time than to come when we are celebrating women. Last Sunday, which was 8th, we had International Women's Day. And in some countries, March is Women History Month that highlights contributions of women to events in history and contemporary society. What this means is we get to hear of stories or read stories of women who've done amazing things. And what that does for me as a young woman is to tell me I can do it too. And it simply says we are beginning to get rid of the I was told negative narrative. Things like I was told ladies don't get tech, or I was told programming is for guys, or having a family or starting a family or having children will slow down my career ambition. That's not true. We're beginning to get rid of that narrative. And by this, we are seeing women who are trailblazers in their own right, and they've basically broken barriers and overcome barriers and bias to pretty much, break the proverbial glass ceiling and become world-class leaders in their own industries. And that got me thinking. I said, let me just talk to my colleagues in the office to understand which women do you look up to and which women are these for you? Who are these trailblazers in your industries or in your life that simply inspire you to become amazing women? And so let's hear what they had to say.
One woman who inspires me is Sophia Amoroso. She's the founder of Girl Boss and the founder of the vintage clothing brand Nasty Girl. If you've watched Girl Boss on Netflix or even read her book, then you know that she is relentless and she pursues what she wants. When she sets her mind on something, she goes for it and nothing can deter her. The other woman is Nancy Moy. She's the founder of Shop New Level, and she's the kind of person who just gets started on her goals. She decides on something and she goes for it. So being an overthinker, I look up to her because we think so much about what we want to do, but we never get started. So that's why she inspires me.
So I really love this lady. Her name is Kristen. She's my aunt. She really inspires me a lot because she's a go-getter. She has a very kind heart, and she's one person who has really proven to me that having goals can actually come to be when you work on them.
One of the women who inspire me is Yara Shahidi. She is an actress, and at her age she has been able to accomplish so much. And the other lady is Nia Series. She's a YouTuber and a Christian believer, and she really inspires me to grow in my relationship with God. For these two women, what has really motivated me is that at a very young age they have been able to scale at very high heights in their career and what they believe in.
Catherine Wandia Njagi is the woman who inspires me. That person who, when I'm having a good time, I'll give a call and say, hey mom, thank you. I'm having a really great day or a really great time. That person I call when I'm having a terrible time, a really tough time, and she always has something inspiring and helpful to say. She inspires me because she always tells me, I'm praying for you, and for sure I believe it. I love that I'm able to trust and believe that no matter where I'm at or no matter where she is, she has my back. And it's really just amazing when you have women who support you, who pray for you, and who are always on your side. And I am really, really grateful.
Talking about inspiration, the woman that inspires me is my nanny. Her name is Mildred. I prefer calling her Auntie Millie or my firstborn daughter. When I'm very busy trying to make ends meet and building myself as a person, this girl is always at home taking care of my kids and making sure that everything in that house is in order. I appreciate your zeal, Millie. I love you and may God bless you.
Wow, wow, wow. You've heard the stories, and I can definitely not live without sharing mine. There's one woman who inspires me to date. I will talk about my mother, but let's talk about this one. Her name is Wangari Muta Maathai, the late. Listening to her stories or reading her book Unbowed, I get to understand the kind of woman she was. She was an environmentalist, a social and political activist, the first woman to win the Nobel Prize, first African woman to win a Nobel Prize. And you get to hear how at the moment where she's being announced as a winner, she had no idea that this was going to be awarded to her. She was pretty much going back going by her own activities. And what this tells me is beyond her passion and her purpose to change lives through conservation and the things she was doing, it was beyond recognition. She was doing it because she was making an impact and she was very passionate about it. So what does that tell me as a young woman? The applause is good, the recognition is good, but the focus needs to be the passion and the impact I am going to make. That is what keeps me going. And how she did her little thing in a big way inspires me to do that every single day. In my career, let's talk about that. What are you doing in your career? What's the little thing that you're doing that is changing lives and will make you a trailblazer? Let's speak to the gentlemen as well, because being a trailblazer now transcends just being a woman. What are you doing that will make you the first domino and impacts many people's lives? Let's talk. We're back on this season, and so I want to see you on 2 Tuesdays every month talking about things that we're doing in our career that will make us feel unstuck or get us out of that moment or that feeling of I feel like I'm not in the right career, to just burst out and use our energies and our talents and gifts to make impact and grow every single day. So subscribe, like, and share, and I'm excited to be back. I hope you are as well. Let's see you next week. Bye-bye.